has major resistance above 90K. Do we have the strength to break through it, or will more downside be coming? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 89,616. We're gonna start off here today with the monthly chart. This candle closes in the next 9 days and 6 hours. Right now we're seeing that we have major resistance here with this wick. We had some hidden bullish divergence here. As you can see, from here to here it kind of slopes up. On the RSI, from here to here it slopes down. You can see that maybe the RSI wants to start turning up. The stochastics are starting to get low and reset, but there's no guarantee we will turn up and go up right away. As you can see here, we dragged here for a while, a couple of months, but this is not looking good. The fact that we're wicking down and we're basically trying to stay above this 21 moving average. Still have about 10 days, so a lot could happen from here to there. On the 3-week chart, this closes in 3 days and 6 hours. We have a wick below the 21 moving average. That's at 100,248. We were not able to get above that 21 moving average. We got close to it, and now we're getting rejected. This is starting to create some sort of a bear flag here. If we cannot maintain these levels and get back above the 21 moving average, we could fall down all the way to this 50 moving average at $71,090. Now on the 1-week chart, if we zoom into the stochastics RSI, I'm starting to see a little curve here. I feel like this could roll over if we continue to be bearish. Maybe this can turn into an inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder head. We roll over, we make a right shoulder on the stochastics RSI, and maybe that could help us blast up. But this candle also closes in the next 3 days and 6 hours. We lost the 80 moving average so far. A lot could happen from here to Sunday, but currently right now is not looking good. The 21 moving average is about to cross the 50 moving average. That's going to be bearish, and I currently have this in some type of a bear flag here, where this could break us down to about 70K, 68K, around that area. Right now we are trying to hold above the 100 moving average, but the more times we go and tap that, the more weaker it could get, and we can eventually break down through it. I've been saying that I have a theory that I don't think we're going to go and test the 50 moving average until the 50 moving average gets below 100K. Currently it's at 101,210, so I could still see us going sideways for a couple more weeks before we go and attempt to test that 50 moving average again. On the 3-day chart, we see that the stochastics RSI is rolling over. We do have bearish divergence on the stochastics RSI. Yesterday we closed the candle at 89,454. The 200 moving average is at 90,683. So we did close the candle below the 200 moving average. That is bearish. We didn't really make a crazy move down yet though, and I'm hoping that maybe this could be some type of a inverted head and shoulder, where this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and maybe we're creating the right shoulder right now. And if that's the case, the measure move to this, could take us to about 105K, but the probability is not in our favor because the stochastics RSI right now are currently toppy. But we still have a chance. If we fall lower than what I think could be a head on the inverted head and shoulder, which is lower than 84K, then that definitely negates all of that. Now that I'm looking at this, this could be some type of a double top and M pattern right here as well, and that measure move could bring us down to about 80K again. So it could go either way. We would have to see how the next couple of candles close, but right now I'm favoring more downside with the stochastics RSI looking like this. On the 2-day chart, we're still on the way down. We kind of triple top here. We lost a 21 moving average. Right now we're starting to get a green candle. This candle closes today in 5 hours and 30 minutes. Let's see what ends up happening, but I'm also seeing like this could be some type of head and shoulder to the downside, left shoulder head. Even if we make it up, unless we could get higher than this head, this could turn into a right shoulder, and that could also break us down. On the daily chart, stochastics, if we zoom in, have the possibility to start resetting up here. This could still take a couple of days before we see any movement, and what we're looking for is to get back above this 21 moving average at 92,298. We could also get rejected, like I said, head and shoulder pattern to the downside. If we can't get above this 100 moving average at 95,430, I do see us struggling and getting more downside. Right now we have heavy resistance at 90K. The 22-hour chart, it looks like the stochastics are reset. We have the probability to maybe continue going upward here. Maybe we can make it to the 21 moving average, but again, that's only at 93,385. We have two major resistance levels, 90K. If we break through that, then we have to break 94K again. And we break through that, then we have to get above 98K. So there's going to be 3 monster resistance there that we're going to have to fight to get through. The 12-hour chart is looking good on the stochastics RSI. It looks like we kind of could make a move up. On the 8-hour chart, the stochastics now look a little little funny here. They look like they kind of want to roll over. We're below the 200 moving average. We're starting to create some sort of a bear flag here as well that could break us down. So that's not looking good. 4-hour chart, still resistance on the 200 moving average. We have not been able to break it. This red candle here looks horrible. This green one has no strength. We're topping the stochastics RSI. It does look like we do want to roll over. The 21 moving average just crossed the 200 moving average. That's bearish. That's going to be resistance now. That's at 90,549. On the 1-hour chart, here the stochastics are reset. We're on the way up, but look, we have resistance on the 21 moving average at 89,765. If anything, we should have blasted up yesterday because we went down to about 87k. It looked bad. It looked like we were going to go down to like 84k, and then we got some good tariff news about Europe or something like that, and all of a sudden we spiked up to about 90,000 like 300 or so. So that was the chance to be able to get back to 93k, 94k, and we just couldn't do it. Today we went to about 88k again. So I feel like if that news didn't do it, I have to be expecting more downside. This could be a possible inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder, head. Maybe this is the right shoulder. If this plays out, this could take us towards the 200 moving average at 93,424. That's a possibility. Let's see if that ends up happening. The only thing is that I'm not liking this 4-hour chart being so toppy. We could roll over. Now we could also drag here for a while, make that move, and then then we could come down and retest this 200 moving average again. That's also a possibility. Now that I'm looking at it, this could be some type of a double bottom on the 4-hour chart, and this could bring us back above the 21 moving average. So we haven't lost all hope yet, but I'm not liking that major resistance at 90k. And for the 15-minute chart, we are getting toppy here with the stochastics. It looks like a V-shaped recovery here. We did get above the 21, above the 200 moving average. That's the first thing we need to do so that we could have the strength and transfer that into the other time frames. We are getting some rejection. We will have to see what happens when this 15-minute chart resets on the stochastics RSI. If we reset and we stay above the 200 moving average, then I'm liking this inverted head and shoulder on the 1 hour. But if we reset and we lose the 200 and the 21 again and possibly go lower than this, then I have to think that we will be having more downside. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.